As has mine. So, I forgot. I left off in hell. Hey
Good
everyone,
job.
and welcome back to Minecraft, a series that does not make sense anymore.
Because at least one of us isn't playing it. I don't know if Giga is.
Technically,
I
none
am
of us are
not.
playing it right now. I may be in Minecraft, but I'm not playing it. I'm playing Animal Crossing.
To be fair, I vaguely considered just playing Monster Hunter through this, but no, I actually have to do something footage-wise.
Yeah, and it's like if I had the recording, whatchamacallit thing, the dongle that lets me record off my Switch,
Capture card.
capture card, right? That's what they're called. I would totally be recording Animal Crossing right now.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, I just had a friend coming over to talk to Celeste. She has new DIYs.
Uh, yeah, I have 3 File Explorer windows open, and
Oh dear.
2 of them are on the same file path.
Good job.
How's that work?
Because I was doing Sardonyx sprite stuff earlier, and I have one that's focused on the graphics folder in the project. I
Mm-hmm.
have one that's focused on the folder that I'm actually working in, and I have one that's focused on or not. It's focused on whatever I need it to be focused on.
Sounds like you were busy with all those files open.
I literally just did 2 lines. I worked on the Weedle line and the Meowth line today.
Oh, nice. I like the Weedle line a lot.
Yeah, so do I.
I
It's
like
kind
that.
of a bit of an
That's in the
underrated
game, right?
bug.
That is in the game, right?
Yes.
Okay. 'Cause I was about to say I like what you based Beedrill off of, and I
Yeah,
like
that
the
was one of the
colors.
first variants.
Was that really one of the first variants?
Yep.
That is
I think
awesome.
the actual first was Venonat because I had inspiration from the get-go.
Yeah.
Then yeah, I think Beedrill and Growlithe and Primeape, um, mostly off of Giga's suggestions for Primeape and Growlithe because their actual version counterparts have variants.
Right.
Because
And I'm pretty sure it looks right.
fun fact, Mankey and Meowth in the original Gen 1 games were version exclusives for some reason.
Right.
They
I
changed
vaguely remember that.
they changed that in Fire Red and Leaf Green.
Thankfully, because it makes no sense for those two to be interchangeable.
Yeah, and they're not remotely counterparts.
No, not at all.
I think maybe all they have in common is they might both evolve at the same level.
I think so.
Yeah. Just gonna do metallics.
Um, like that. I've honestly always like I know the version exclusive. You have to have a reason why there's two games being sold and stuff.
Yeah.
But I always hated the idea of version exclusives. Didn't one of the more modern games just make it so the version exclusives were more rare in the opposite game?
Uh,
I want to say
it
Sun
really
and Moon.
depends. It really depends. Because Sun and Moon definitely did have exclusives.
Right. Besides the obvious ones.
But, some of the variants were exclusives as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, wasn't it Ninetales and Sandslash?
Yeah, for some reason, now those are considered counterparts, and I don't understand why.
I don't either.
I don't know what to do today, so I'm just doing metallics.
I
That's it.
exited the Nether, and I'm in the middle of a cave. So
Oh, wonderful.
this is home now. But that's why I'm excited for the potential of Arceus being a solo one game, no version exclusives.
Because it's a spin-off, I don't think that every Pokemon is going to be available. I think
Oh,
we're
I don't
going to
expect
get...
that.
Yeah.
Like, I expect at most maybe 400, 500 Pokemon in the decks.
Okay, maybe that's a bit too much.
Yeah, because it's one region and they don't appear to have any wild area type things yet, so there's just not room.
Depends on how many of those open areas they have that you go play in.
That's a well.
Like, I don't want to call them
then,
wild areas yet.
It's still just Sinnoh. So like, why is
but it's Sinnoh on a better scale. Like, it's going to be far more open and everything.
Yeah.
It's like the only confirmed city we know that's there is Jubilife, and that's a village.
Yeah, God, the back sprites for the back sprite for Mega Sceptile is just fucked.
Because it has a tree on its back?
No, because pixels cut off. So, like, every Pokemon Battler sprite in Essentials is at 200% res, because that's just how Essentials works.
Mm-hmm.
And that means that all sprites basically need to be, their pixels need to be 2x2, and it's technically the case with Mega Sceptile. It's just that its resolution is 226 by 226, which, by the way, is already too big.
Mm-hmm.
And even though it has an even pixel count, it has single pixels cutting off at the edge.
I think we may just have to find a new back sprite.
Oh, I already have a new back sprite in mind. It's just, why is this like this? Let me see. I think it's King of the Crossroads has one. Oh, wait, no, that would be Prod, wouldn't it? Because, yeah, there we go.
I gotta say, the spriters that do all the modern Pokemon into sprites, their work is phenomenal.
There are a few standouts. That would be King of the Crossroads,
mm-hmm.
Prodigal 96, which is where we get most of our back sprites, Coney Jams, Laparagon, and a bunch of people like Princess Phoenix and such who are working on the Smogon sprite projects.
Right.
Also, I love how Mega Sceptile's pose makes all of its back sprites just facing the player.
I know, that's one thing that was always a little weird to me. Like, any Pokemon that faces the player during the battle, for any reason whatsoever, it always was a little weird
cursed.
To me. Yeah, exactly.
It feels like it shouldn't be like that.
Yeah, Mawile, too, faces the player, doesn't it?
Yes.
But that's understandable, because the back of its head is the mouth.
Can we just talk about Insurgency's Delta Apom?
I don't think I've saw...
Let me find the sprite.
Oh, okay, I know who you're talking about, the Ghost Hands.
Kind of.
Because I use Delta Apom.
Yeah, I just want to go grab it really quick, because its back sprite is cursed, and I love it. That is not the Battler folder.
If I remember correctly, doesn't it? I know it faces the player with its severed head, isn't it?
Kind of, I think. Hang on, I'm looking for it. I apologize to my viewers who will be seeing this probably next year. Okay, there we go. Yeah, just this fucking thing.
Yep, I remember. Its face is pressed against the screen. I remember that. Oh, I loved it.
Insurgents had some really clever ideas with its deltas. Some of these ideas I want to steal, but we don't really have anything that fits it for a variant.
Oh, could you just borrow the concept of deltas? I mean, it's an official concept.
You do realize regional variants basically are deltas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why that's the thing. Like, I know the delta cards came first, but Insurgents expanded on that idea and made it unique.
Insurgents is what popularized the Pokemon's design changing, because the TCG did not do that.
Exactly. So that begs the question, did someone at Pokemon Scenes play Insurgents? I know they're not allowed to, technically. But you know damn well they see this shit.
Oh, they definitely see it. On the record, no, but also it could literally just be a coincidence.
Right.
Because Insurgents goes a bit further. There's no real evolutionary reason for the Pokemon to be looking like this, and variants don't change quite as much.
Right. And the variants make sense scientifically.
Yeah, unless you're Sardonyx, where I turned a pufferfish into a swordfish.
Okay, that's fair. That doesn't make much sense in the long scheme, but it looks good.
The idea.
It looks good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the main difference between deltas and variants. Variants actually evolved to be like that for a reason. Deltas are, as far as I remember, in Insurgents at least, a result of experimentation.
Exactly. I think there was like only 1 or 2 natural deltas, and that was only in the post game. They were discovered.
Yeah, because they had Holland in there.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to mention, like, our regional Gibble line has been compared to Delta Axu, but that's literally just because they are both sharks.
Right. And as someone who's seen both, and I've used one of them,
they're not even the same kind of shark.
No, they're not. I wouldn't have drawn that comparison.
Axu is a tiger shark. Gibble is a thresher. So
there is no... It's like, yeah, they're both sharks. They're both aquatic based, but...
And they both have similar body types, but that's just because that's how they are.
Right, it's kind of hard to change the look of a shark unless you're going like with a sawtooth kind of thing.
No, but I mean, like, Axu and Gibble both have pretty similar body types in general.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely true. Which is weird, thinking on it.
I'm just looking through the Delta sprites, and I come across one that I can't figure out what it is, and then I realize it's a Heatmore with a dragon face.
Oh, the toxic shit. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Like,
I found that in the sewers.
They did that way, but okay.
It was like the I'll gush about Pokemon Insurgents. It's obvious that was one of my favorite fan games. I played it twice on the channel. There's just some concepts that are super good.
Yeah, because they have a Delta Pidgey that's basically a cockatrice.
Mm-hmm. One of my favorites.
It made me want to really, really do a cockatrice variant, but we don't have any Pokemon left that would fit that.
And you know what's the sad part about the Delta variant?
What?
It was not a good Pokemon.
I mean, it's a Pidgeot, so...
I mean, I tried using it. I tried using it in every way possible. It was just not... I had Pokemon that outshone it.
My viewers...
I still want a Manticore Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly thought Litleo was going to turn into a Manticore.
So did I.
I'm glad I'm not alone in thinking that.
A lot of people thought that.
I mean, its tail almost looked like a scorpion tail.
Yeah, its tail looked barbed.
Uh-huh.
So...
I mean, I wouldn't say I was disappointed in it because I love the Litleo line regardless. But I was really hoping for Manticore.
Well, at least I get to do something with the Litleo line.
Right.
And that isn't technically a secret because it's been revealed all over the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, for the single, probably, Sardonyx player who is not on the Discord,
you're in for a treat.
Yeah.
Especially if you like Litleo and its evolution. Pyroar.
I'm gonna go grab it. My brain always tries to search 714 because that's fucking Noibat.
Can we all just take a second to appreciate Pokemon 666 is a butterfly?
Yeah.
Like, I'd
Well,
never...
I mean, okay, so 666 is not a significant number in Japan.
Right, and that's a... I wouldn't even say Western thing.
It's a Christian thing. And the Christians even get it wrong, because the number of the beast is actually 616.
Exactly. The Nero. It translates to Nero or something like that. It's all propaganda of the number of the beast.
If we're talking about Christian propaganda, can we just talk about all the holidays that they stole from the pagans?
Oh, let's please. Like, I may be a Catholic, but I will admit my religion did a lot of shady shit.
Yeah, because the literal only reason why Christmas is when it is because they wanted to steal the thunder from the pagans and make it easier to convert us.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because
Easter, too.
Jesus wasn't even born in the winter. He was born in the spring.
Yep, April.
Yeah.
Easter's another one that was kind of... Well, it happened at the same time. The Catholic Easter and Ostara festival. It all happened at the same time, so kind of the time wasn't stolen, but the traditions of eggs and baskets, that's all from the Ostara festivals.
I mean, the tradition of putting like decorations on Christmas trees comes from that comes from paganism. That comes from leaving food on trees to give to winter spirits.
Mm-hmm. And gingerbread men are pagan.
Yep.
So that was like one of my favorite conversation points at Christmas dinner is talking about how pagan Christmas actually is.
Yeah. It's okay.
I just built a tower randomly on a mountain. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm doing. I guess that's the beauty of Minecraft. You never really know what you're doing.
Yep. So what are you doing, Giga?
Adding more Pokemon.
We finally got to that point.
I love the way we do this. Like, no matter what, like, we all can be doing our own separate thing.
Yep.
But it's still the Foxfire podcast.
Yep.
Like, once we end Minecraft, there's going to be a lull, I'm sure, between Season 1 and Season 2, because we have to wait for the updates.
Yeah.
And I can see us all just doing our own thing. It's just still recording. I mean, it's kind of what we're doing now.
I'm sorry, I was barely paying attention there because I was looking for something.
I was just saying how we can all do our own thing and still call this a podcast. Yeah. That's the beauty of this series.
Like, I love podcast format.
Mm-hmm.
Because it just lets us hang out, basically.
Exactly. That's all we do.
Yeah.
And depending on how dangerous we want to piss off Susan, we talk our mind.
Oh, boy.
I'm sure there's a lot to talk about before we go into that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. I assume you haven't updated Animal Crossing?
No.
It's glorious, and I don't say that about Animal Crossing a lot. There's just some random quality of life updates that just really are game changing. The outdoor storage shed that links to your home storage.
That's neat.
It's a chef's kiss. It's perfection. Like it's like these little things, and with the gyroids being back, and they're cute as hell now.
The gyroids creep me out, so
they're not as creepy anymore. I mean, considering what they are, they're creepy as hell.
Like, my brain can't deal with that.
Well, they did really change all the designs, so they're not as bad. It's like there's one that literally looks like a bong. That's not a joke either. I'll go see if I can find the bong joyride real quick. Sorry, people who are watching. You're going to have to watch my pause screen for a while. I can't believe people are actually calling it the bong joyride. Oh, this is too funny.
You seem entirely too amused about this.
I never once have dabbled in that stuff, but yet I have a stoner mentality.
It doesn't basically every... Well, no, because I was gonna say doesn't basically every guy have that, but then I realized no, Giga doesn't.
No, it's like I don't normally. It's not a guy thing. It's just like this is what happens when you were brought up watching Cheech and Chong. Well, picture's loading. Taking long to load. And this is actually right from the direct, by the way. The picture I'm going to be sending you. It's like sometimes I wonder. It's like Nintendo knows what they're doing.
Yeah, that I will agree with. Okay.
They embrace the memes, like with the froggy chair shit. They just put it in the background and leave it as is. Nintendo knows what they're doing.
Okay then. And that expression does not make it any better.
And that's right from the direct, too. I might just use that as the thumbnail of this episode. Have nothing to do with Minecraft.
Oh, no.
It'll be so confusing to anybody clicking on the video. I don't know if I can actually do that. That would be grounds for actually marking it as clickbait.
But that said, who actually cares about clickbait anymore?
Oh, it pisses me off. There's some people who clickbait to the point where it just makes me want to punch my screen.
Yeah.
And there's a fine line between teasing something that may or may not actually happen on screen versus lying about what's in the video.
Fair.
The latter is what pisses me off. Oh, flower forest. Every time I find one of these, bad things happen. That's going to be a meme for this everything now.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, what other quality of life improvements were there that are really good? It's hard to think off the top of my head because it was there's not many, but the ones that were there were great. You can order a ATM machine and put it wherever you want.
That's interesting.
It's really nice. Oh, how about that? That command worked.
What command?
Trigger spawn.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I guess you can say it's quality of life. It's that plaza you build at Harv's Island.
Mm-hmm.
It's just nice having the visiting village, the visiting NPCs somewhere all the time.
Yeah.
It's I chose Leaf to be the first one I brought in because I wanted the crops right away.
I'm just distracted now because I made the mistake of coloring something before I should have, and it's very hard to actually see what I'm doing.
And the color blocks all the things you have to do.
No, okay, so I'm making the radiant for Mega Septile on the new back sprite, and like Septile's like leaf chest thing is normally basically the same color as the rest of its body, just darker. So, I ended up changing that on the Radiant so that it's kind of a whitish color, whereas the main body is black. And I colored the main body first, so the leaf chest thing turned black as well, and the darker shades are like impossible to see against black.
It's
But
okay.
I think I got it.
That does sound like a hassle to deal with. Hey, you're being more productive than I am. I'm literally just flying around, basically giving a tour of the server.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but how long can I pull this off for if I record for only an hour? So, like, that's why I know we've discussed it. I think we discussed it on camera about how the series has reached its natural progression.
Yeah.
And it's like, once your internet's up and running again, we'll probably figure out a way to end the series.
Yeah.
And just keep doing the podcasting like we're doing now, each doing our own little game.
Yeah. So I think I do prefer that.
The different color?
No, I think I do prefer the podcast format over just gameplay.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it lets us do whatever we want and just carry out conversations.
Yep.
Like, we could literally play all... It wouldn't matter what games we play. It's like, I know there's a bunch of games I could easily play and not need to pay attention to. And just talk. Like, I wouldn't need to pay attention to the game at all.
Yeah. I think that I'll probably just mostly do this kind of thing where I'm working on sprites and stuff. Because it is enjoyable.
Right. Definitely is. Art is super enjoyable. Especially if it's being used for something important, like the game.
Yeah.
And Minecraft is one of those games that are always on a cycle.
Yeah.
That it gets stale.
I can see that.
Like, they get really stale after a while.
Yeah, like you play it a bunch for a short amount of time, and then you get bored of it, and then later you come back and play it a bunch again.
Exactly. And I think that's where I'm at right now with Minecraft.
Hey, it's not the color I wanted.
Have we... No, I was about to say, have any of us checked the iron farm?
I mean, you're the only one who's been on. So.
Exactly. So I shall check the iron farm.
Okay.
We only have 20 bars of iron.
That's because nobody's been on.
Right. And I assume the server does shut down after a while.
Not necessarily, I think.
But if this
it's
is
just a matter of, I think you do actually have to have someone on for spawn farms to work, but eh.
Gotcha.
It's just that when that person is on, then you can do basically whatever because
Right, because the servers...
the spawn is always loaded.